Hey guys, can you hear me? Yes? Awesome, that's a lot of yeses. Okay, I'm gonna get away, and here comes Rob.
Hello. I'm here with my mini version of myself. How you guys doing? It's been a while since I've done a video chat with the LPU, so I'm really excited to talk to you guys today. Happy to answer any questions, and I'll start checking out, see what you guys are saying now. Okay. Thank you guys for all the love. We're looking forward to playing some shows for you guys soon. Coming up in May, we're starting at the Rock in Rio in Vegas, and then we're going to be playing Mexico City and Monterey, and we're also excited to get back to Europe in August and September. I know a lot of you guys have been asking about Chester to make sure he's doing good, and thank you guys for your concern. He's doing actually really well, and I saw him just last week, and he has his cast off, and he's wearing sandals, and he's walking and putting a little bit of weight on his foot, and he's doing physical therapy now. So we're on track to pick up our tour, and we're really excited to get back on stage and play for you guys. Okay. All right, so ask me some questions. A lot of Chester questions. Thank you for the compliments on my hair. I've been working hard during our time off to just grow my beard and hair, and it's going well. Just scrolling through all the likes about my beard and hair, just trying to find some questions here. Okay. Okay. Are you planning to play with Tom Morello, Rakim, or Paige Hamilton live? I would personally love to play with any of those musicians live. We have talked to Tom Morello on and off about maybe doing something at some point, but nothing has been confirmed. But we definitely will try to do some of those live. We've talked about playing some more songs from the Hunting Party on the upcoming tour. So if you guys have any favorite songs off the record, let us know, and we'll try and learn those, or actually remember how to play them, because some of them we haven't played in a long time. Okay. Favorite drummer? My favorite drummer of all time, I would say, is probably John Bonham from Led Zeppelin. A lot of requests for Keys for the Kingdom seems to be a favorite. Hey Rob, since it's Monday, do you have a band meeting? Today is one of the very few Mondays where everybody will not be in the office meeting today. Some of the guys are traveling, but we were here last Monday. That's when I saw Chester, and he was doing really well. Well, I don't have a Twitter account like Mike, Chester, Joe, and Phoenix. I don't have a Twitter account because I still can't manage to get through my emails and my text messages and call all of my family and friends back on time. So once I start doing that, then I'll consider adding a Twitter account to my life. Okay. Someone's asking how long have I been vegan? I've been eating a vegan diet for about 3 years now, and I started doing it because I actually did a cleanse after we'd been on the road for a long time, and the cleanse that I was doing was a vegan cleanse, and I felt really good doing it, so I just decided to continue for one more week. And that one more week turned into 2 more weeks, turned into 3 years, and I found that that diet has been really good for me with all the traveling that we do, and I feel a lot better on it. So I don't necessarily have plans to do it forever, but as of right now, I'm feeling really good doing it. Berlin happens to be one of my favorite places to get good vegan food. Will I keep playing drum solos on the European tour? I hope so. I know a lot of you guys in the meet and greets have a lot of nice things to say about my drum solos, and I appreciate that because I never really liked doing drum solos, and as you know, my bandmates forced me to play one by literally stopping the rest of the song and waiting until I did one. So that was pretty mean of them, and I still have to get them back. I did get Brad back by doing the same thing to him a few years back in San Francisco. But yeah, anyways, it actually has worked out that I do like playing solos once in a while. So usually when we do them, it's kind of like it's a part of the show where we just improvise, and if I'm feeling up to it or we're feeling it, then I do it, and if not, then we hold off. Do I like coffee? Yes, I like coffee, but I don't drink it very often because it makes me crazy. Will you play a new solo to another LP song? That's actually a good idea, and we've talked about doing that, and I just haven't made it happen yet. Bleed It Out tends to be the best song for jamming and bringing different people up on stage to play with us. But I think in the future, definitely, we will work it. I will work a solo into another song. All the European tours announced?
No, all.
Okay. Okay, so all of the European shows have not been announced, so stay tuned. Okay, I'm looking through questions. Just bear with me, guys, for a second. Question about what do we do in our downtime. I personally like to spend time at the beach and surfing when I have time off. Lately, we've been hanging out a lot and talking about the next record and kind of our overall plans for the next few years. And we're just kind of putting that together, and we're planning to tour for from May through most of September, and then we have started talking about when we're going to go back in the studio to start making a new record. We love being in the studio. We love making new music. So I think as soon as we finish up the shows in September, we'll probably get back into the studio pretty quickly to start making some new music. Okay, looking for questions. Do we like to play in Italy? Yes, we love to play in Italy. And we'll be there on September 6th in Rome. Okay. Yes, we love Russia. Okay, going through questions. Hello to all the fans in Russia. Will there be drum solos at the Mexico shows? I hope so. I hope to do a lot of drum solos on the next tour. Questions about a new album, which I just talked about. Lots of questions about bananas. Seems that some of the LPUers really like bananas. So for most of the shows, there's a lot of questions about where we're playing. I think most of the shows that we're playing are up on the website. You can check those out. There's a few more that will be announced, so just keep an eye on linkinpark.com for those. I'm also curious to hear from you guys if there's, we're always working, we're working hard with Lorenzo to always do things to make sure that the fan club is the best fan club out there in the world. So if you guys have comments or anything that you want us to think about or talk about with the guys in the band, please let us know what those are so that we can make this fan club the best as possible for you guys. Do I use drumsticks to eat ramen? I haven't tried that before, but it sounds like a good idea. I think chopsticks are a little easier, but I see where you're going with this. Okay. It's hard to say when we're going to release new music. When we make an album, we kind of lay out a rough timeline of how long we think it'll take to make the record, but obviously with something that's creative, it's hard to put a timeline on it. So hopefully, we hope to have something out in 2016, but can't make any promises until we get going in the studio. Plans for the next record or making the next album, as far as what it sounds like, that's really hard for anybody in the band to really predict. We all kind of have rough ideas of what we would like it to sound like, but once we start working together to make it, it usually takes on a life of its own, and it's really hard to predict what it's going to sound like. I'm just as curious as you guys are as to what it's going to sound like. We chose James Jean to do the art for Hunting Party because we think he's an incredible artist, and luckily he's a friend of ours, so we were able to talk him into doing some really cool art for us. So we got really lucky that we were able to get him to do that, and hopefully we'll do some more collaborations with him in the future. Let's see. For North America tour, I know for North America, for the most part, we're doing some festivals. You guys can check those out online. We were really bummed to not hit as many cities as we planned in January and February. Obviously, Chester got hurt and we had to cancel those shows. So, we'll definitely take all of that into consideration and do our best to get back to most of those cities in the future. Unfortunately, sometimes it's a little tough to reschedule right away, but we'll do our best to make it as many places as we can. Just scrolling through questions, guys. Hold tight for a second. Would we ever tour with Muse is a question. I personally would love to tour with those guys. I think they're really talented musicians, and they're awesome live. Okay. Hello to Israel. That was actually one of my personal favorite shows, and hope that we make it back there again soon. We have some requests like Keys of the Kingdom and Mark the Graves. Definitely a possibility. Fort Minor rumors. Yes, I can confirm that there have been rumors about Fort Minor, and I've heard those. Keep an eye out. I don't really have a favorite place to do shows. All of the shows are unique and special in their own way, and it's really fun for us to have a chance to interact with all of our fans. It still is mind-boggling to me sometimes that we have fans all over the world, and it's given us an opportunity to obviously travel a lot and to meet a lot of people, and we'll keep touring and playing shows as many places as we can, as long as you guys are there to listen to us. We'll keep at it. Okay. Hello to India. I know that we haven't been there before, and that I do hope to get there one day soon. I know we have a lot of fans there, and there's a lot of places in the world that we haven't been yet, and we have been talking about getting to some areas that we haven't been before. We ever considered doing an unplugged show or record? I personally like that idea, and I think it would be cool. We have talked about scaling down our live show and doing a much smaller setup, a much smaller version of it, so that we can pop in at maybe a club or somewhere smaller and do a surprise shows for you guys. That's something that's in the works, because we obviously now our setup is pretty complicated, so we are working now to streamline everything and have it set up in a way where we can load into a much smaller venue and play, and that might be something that sounds more acoustic or has some more acoustic elements to it. So it's definitely it's a good question and something we have been thinking about. Here's one of the questions: where do you find the strength to play through an entire show, especially now with the shortened versions and almost no breaks? I definitely had to do a lot more exercise and training leading up to the tours after we made the hunting party, because obviously the drumming is much more intense and the show is very intense. So do a lot of cardio, like running and surfing helps. And then I think just playing the shows themselves, at the beginning it's really tough. Like when you start anything that you haven't done before, there's always a challenge. And I think just the fans and the energy at the show really helps me get through the show, and then after I get a little bit of momentum, after playing 5, 6, 7 shows, then my body just adjusts to being able to do it. I have to drink a lot of fluids, a lot of electrolytes, a lot of that. I drink protein drinks during the show, and that really helps me to get through. Okay, I'm looking through some questions. Collaboration with Eminem, that would be cool. I do have animals. I have 3 dogs. Not a fan of Nutella, but I know a lot of people like it, including some of the guys in my band. So I prefer to perform indoors or outdoors. If it's really hot outside, I definitely prefer to be indoors because it makes drumming a lot more difficult when it's hot. But if the weather's nice, I actually prefer to be outside rather than inside. Let's see. What am I thinking about Chester's broken ankle? Chester's doing really great, as I was talking about before. Chester's great when it comes to doing physical therapy and really taking care of himself, so I'm not worried about him at all. I think he will be up and walking really shortly. He's already standing on his foot and doesn't have a cast on, so he's doing great. And I know he appreciates all of the support from you guys and the wishes and love you've sent him during this process of healing. So he's doing good, and we're definitely excited to start rehearsing in the next few weeks. Let's see. I don't have any plans to do a side project. That is probably that'll come after I set up my Twitter account, I think. My favorite sport is ice hockey. I used to play ice hockey when I was a kid, actually, in case you didn't know that. Okay. Bear with me, guys. Just going through some questions. A lot of you guys are sending a lot of love. I appreciate all of the kind words you guys are messaging me. I'm looking through for some questions now to answer some more questions. Don't really have a favorite song. Kind of changes by the day. Favorite movies. I just saw the movie Whiplash. I thought that was really good. Drumming was awesome. It was definitely a very intense movie. But as a drummer, I like any movies that are about drums. What about A Line in the Sand? That was actually a really fun song to play on the drums. That would be cool to play live. What is my typical breakfast? Is usually a smoothie with lots of green vegetables and green powders. Lots of healthy stuff. Hello to Chile. Chile. Okay, just going through, looking for questions. Yes, I think we have plans to do meet and greets. Any of the shows that we have announced, for the most part, I think, is that correct? Yeah, absolutely. Lorenzo has confirmed we have meet and greets set up for all of those shows.
We'll announce the sign-ups soon.
And we will be announcing the sign-ups for those meet and greets very soon. Do I know all of the lyrics to all of our songs? No, I don't. And what's funny about the lyrics in some of our songs is Mike and Chester most of the time work on those on their own, and a lot of the times when I'm doing an interview with one of those guys, sometimes I'll find out years later what the song is actually really about after thinking it's about something else. We don't have any current plans to do another tour with Incubus, but we loved touring with those guys. They're great guys and a great band, and I would definitely love to tour with them again. I started playing drums when I was about 12 years old, and I actually started playing on my brother's drum kit. At the time I was taking piano lessons, and I decided that I wanted to start a band with some friends when I was 12, 13 years old. So based on what was needed in the band, I decided I'd play the drums. And I also had had an interest to play the drums for a long time after going to my first concert ever, which was an Aerosmith concert where I saw Joey Kramer play the drums, and I had a chance to go backstage after the show and meet him, and that kind of stuck in my head as a little kid, and I thought it would be really fun to be able to play drums. So that coming together with my brother having a drum kit and some friends in junior high wanting to start a band, it just came together and we started playing. And I started to really love playing drums, and every day when I'd come home from school, I would spend 2 or 3 hours practicing drums in my parents' living room. They were very, very, very patient, and not many parents will allow their kids to play drums in the house, so I got pretty lucky. I do love my job. It doesn't really feel like a job to be able to play music. It is a lot of work, and it is very taxing when we tour and play a lot of shows, but I think the amount of fun that we have doing it really gives us the energy to do it. There's no possible way that I think anyone could travel as much as we do, do as many flights, stay in different hotels, and just have anywhere near the amount of energy needed if we didn't absolutely love playing for you guys. Some hockey fans showing up. I'm really proud of the LA Kings for winning 2 Stanley Cups in the last few years. That was awesome. I've been watching hockey since I was a little kid, and the Kings they got close a bunch of times to winning a Stanley Cup, but they actually obviously won their first Stanley Cup just a few years back. What was the most enjoyable video? Video shoots tend to be less than enjoyable most of the time. So I know that one of the ones that was really fun for me, and it was a long day and a lot of work, but it was the one with when we did Faint. That's definitely a video that stuck in my head. We did that with Mark Romanek, and that was a really fun video because we had probably a lot of people that are still in the LPU were there, and we had a lot of fans there, and it made it feel like we were playing a show rather than shooting a video. And I'd much rather play live shows than shoot videos personally. There's a question about doing a drum session like I did for No More Sorrow. I think that was, I did that for Gretsch, I believe. And that's a good idea. I definitely will think about that and try and do a session on a new song. If you guys have any requests for which song you'd like me to do, I can film that for you in the next. I'll say the next year to be realistic, but if you send some requests, I can do another drum session like I did for No More Sorrow and put that up for you guys to see. Just ask Lorenzo to remind me so I make sure we do that. Hello to Argentina. All right. Hold on a second, guys. Strolling. My favorite Led Zeppelin song. I personally love to play Fool in the Rain. I love shuffles, drum beats and triplets and all that stuff for the drummers out there. You'll know what I'm talking about. Final Masquerade acoustic version. Will we play that during the live show? Not sure, but I think it's a good suggestion. If you guys like the acoustic version of Final Masquerade, let us know. Let me know in this chat, and I will let the guys know. Do I collect drumsticks from the countries I visit? That would be cool, actually. I haven't thought about that. I haven't up to this point, but maybe I'll start. Will we play Hybrid Theory in its entirety ever again? Well, I think it's very possible. We're going to be celebrating 15 years this October. So if we are going to play Hybrid Theory in its entirety, it would probably be at the end of this year as we celebrate the 15 years since Hybrid Theory came out. Okay. Reading questions. Thank you. There's a thank you for performing Faint with me at the London Summit. Dream come true. Thank you. It was it's our pleasure to do that, and it's always great to see you guys at the summits. We definitely have a good time. It's fun to play stuff for you and have you be able to come on stage and check out our gear. When did I started playing? I think I answered this, but I started playing drums when I was about 12 years old, and I started playing more seriously when I was about 15. I took drum lessons for just about a year, and I just learned a few things from a drum teacher. What I learned from taking drum lessons was how to teach myself to play certain songs. And once I kind of understood how to listen to music and figure out what I wanted to play, I stopped taking lessons. For me, taking lessons or going to school for drumming, for me personally, took out some of the fun, at least when I was younger, and I became more interested in studying about drums as I've gotten a little older. But for me, playing drums was all about fun, so I didn't want to mix too much work in with it. Cool. All right, guys. I just got five minutes left here. Thank you guys for taking the time to chat with me today. I know it's been a while since I've been on, and hopefully it won't be too long before I make it back. One of my favorite musicians, personally, I think Dave Matthews is a great musician, and I think Carter, that plays drums with Dave Matthews Band, is one of my current most favorite drummers. I think he's extremely talented, and if you listen to his drumming, he's able to play rhythms that would usually take two drummers to play. So he's actually playing what a drummer would play and what a percussionist would play all at the same time. And we were actually recording the hunting party next door to where Carter was doing some drumming with a couple guys from the band, and I was playing one of the songs, and I noticed that I looked over in the control room and I saw that Carter was standing in the control room watching me play the drums, and I got really nervous, and then I stopped. But it's cool to see him come down there. It's definitely it's probably easier for me to play in front of 25,000 people than to play in front of a really great drummer like Carter. Okay, scrolling down. Hold on 1 second, guys. We're frozen. Give it a second. We'll go in the other room. See what's done. I'm going to walk in the other room and see. It looks like it could be just this chat session frozen. Internet's working, which is good. There we go. All right, sorry about that, guys. We were frozen for a second, or the computer was frozen. Okay. Will we be playing When They Come For Me live? Don't have any plans to play it now. That was a fun song to play. And a lot of times the songs that we love playing, we have a lot of songs of ours that we like playing, and we can't play them all, obviously, and so we rotate them in and out of the set. Sometimes it's fun for us if a song isn't in the set for a couple years. When we bring it back, it does feel like we get to play it again for the first time, and kind of gets us excited. So I think after making the next record, we'll definitely add some songs. Usually after making a new record, we add some songs back into the set that we haven't played in a while. Okay. Hello to Poland. I do like Minor Threat. Okay, look for questions. Will we consider playing a longer set? I think our set length tends to grow by, I think, about like 10 or 15 minutes each time we do a new record. So we're getting up there. I think We play usually for about an hour and 40 minutes or hour and a half, and I think I'll have to start running marathons if we want to play longer. Let's see. There's some requests to bring high voltage and carousel back. We just have songs that we personally like a lot more, but maybe with enough requests we might consider bringing one of those back. Maybe high voltage. Carousel, probably not. Am I a good singer? Not a good singer. I wish I was a good singer. I keep asking Chester for vocal lessons, but he won't help me out. He says I should just stick to the drums. Which instrument do I wish I could play? I do play the piano, and I wish I could play the piano a little better than I do. Hello, Leon. Let's see. Hardest song to play live. In context of the set, sometimes Rebellion is a tougher song to play. If it comes between two other songs that are pretty active, that's one that I definitely need to be in good shape to play when it's played inside a set. When it's just on its own, it tends to be okay, but that's definitely one that uses up a lot of oxygen. I'm not a good artist as far as it comes when it comes to drawing. Singing and drawing are not my thing. Is there anyone else in the band that can play the drums besides me? I haven't seen anybody in the band play that well. The guys definitely sit down and try and play, but I would say Mike has the greatest chance at learning to play drums, if I had to guess. Hello to Milan. See you guys September 6th. Okay. How tired am I after a show? I'm usually pretty physically tired, but I don't feel tired after playing a show. I'm usually not able to go to sleep for at least, I'd say we usually finish around 11 o'clock at night or midnight, and I'm not able to go to sleep till probably 4 in the morning because it is a big adrenaline rush and a lot of excitement. Even though it's physically tiring, it's also really stimulating and really fun for us. So tend to stay up late after playing a show. Okay, going through some last few questions here. Question about us being together for 15 years. Have we ever thought about releasing a book telling about our career? We definitely, after being a band for 15 years now, or longer than 15 years, we have talked about possibly doing a book, but maybe something different to kind of recap the last 15 years. So it's definitely something that we're currently talking about, and hopefully we'll have something cool for you guys to see or read or listen to in the next year or two. And maybe some stuff sooner to check out when when we get to the end of the year, where it comes to the 15-year anniversary of hybrid theory. I do love tacos. Great question.